to another episode of PartnerTalk. My name is Paulo Guerra, and today I have the pleasure of having my colleagues here from our Endorsed System Integrator, B2C Engineering. Loris, John, welcome. And today we'll be talking a bit more about what B2C does, how our partnership shaped over the years, a little bit about AVEVA Enable, and then some other topics. Okay, let's get started. Maybe John, starting with you, do you mind giving our listeners here a little bit background of what B2C does and a little bit of your own background?
So my name is Jean Mauhin. I am Commercial Director of the group B2C Engineering and Consulting. So B2C is a Belgian company with agencies in France, in Luxembourg and in Switzerland, acting as system integrator and specialized in AVEVA solutions. And in this context, we are endorsed by AVEVA for a couple of months since the beginning of the year, and we are very proud and happy to be part of the family.
Hello everybody, I'm Carboni. I'm technical leader for the AVEVA portfolio in B2C. So I'm dealing with all the projects regarding the technical aspects. And before that, I was already working for a distributor, AVEVA Select Benelux. And we are very happy to be here in the AVEVA Enable event because I think it's the most technical event that AVEVA is proposing. So we are happy to do labs and learn from you guys knowledge and share afterwards with the people in B2C.
Awesome. So maybe we'll start talking a bit more about the partnership. So could you maybe give our listeners here some insights of what are the values that, again, as you mentioned, you've been kind of newly boarded into the endorsed ecosystem as a partner. So what are the values that you're seeing from this partnership?
Okay, value. Our partnership with AVEVA has greatly enhanced our ability to deliver cutting-edge solutions to our customer. This collaboration has allowed us to stand out in the market as a trusted provider of innovative solutions. And additionally, being part of the AVEVA Endorsed SI ecosystem has validated our technical expertise and customer service excellence, which has opened clearly doors to new opportunities and partnerships.
Great point. Thank you. No, appreciate and couldn't say the same on our side. We are very happy to have you guys as Endorsed SI. We truly believe our SIs are really a very strategically important partner of part of our business. You guys are the ones actually deploying the solutions, using your domain knowledge, and helping pretty much we push our technology to our customers. So we appreciate. Okay. Can you give me a little bit more details on what are the main benefits that you are seeing as an endorsed technology partner in the last couple months?
Yes, of course. So becoming an AVEVA endorsed partner has brought a lot of benefits for us to our operation daily. I think it's important that we are recognized as an endorsed partner because we have done a lot of work since more than 10 years. And we have proved with the success stories that we have reached that level. So that's good for us. So the certification has reinforced our credibility as well. When we go to a customer, it's easier to get access to real offer, and they can easily see our level by this certification. We gain access to AVEVA extensive training as well and support. Resources which have helped us upskill our team and stay ahead of the industry trends.
Shall I add, from a customer relationship perspective, the endorsement has reinforced trust with our clients. They see us as AVEVA endorsed, having a strong partnership with the software editors, and this is a mark of quality and stability for the company. And it has clearly led to deeper collaboration with long-term partnership as well.
And next to that, the ability to offer end-to-end solutions powered by AVEVA solutions, which allows us to address complex projects, further increasing our value proposition.
Okay, so maybe now switching a little bit to the technical side. Luis, can maybe give some advice for the companies that are looking to start maybe their AI journey? We are here at AVEVA Enable. Of course, AI is a big topic nowadays. So maybe any lessons learned or examples that you want to share with our listeners here today?
Yes, I think the most important thing is to know where you are. So for companies starting with their AI journeys, the key is to focus on building a strong foundation. That's the main point. Start by identifying specific business challenges where AI can deliver measurable value. It's important to avoid adopting AI just because it is in the air, but instead align AI initiative with your own goals. One of the lessons we have learned is the importance of leveraging partnerships with the industry leaders like AVEVA. Collaborating with a trusted partner can provide access to advanced tools, expertise, and best practice. Additionally, we invest in educating our team and promoting a culture of innovation. So AI is part of that journey. Finally, we keep an eye on emerging trends in industrial AI, such as predictive maintenance, digital twins, and real-time analytics, as these technologies are creating new opportunities for growth.
So maybe let's talk a little bit more with our listeners about AVEVA Enable, right? So we're here at Berlin this week. So could you share some insights on what are your main plans, what are your main goals to attend AVEVA Enable this week?
After attending such a kind of event, AVEVA Enable this week, we have a much deeper hands-on understanding of the latest AVEVA solutions, from HMI SCADA to cloud integration and industrial AI. We feel better equipped to help our customer to unlock the full value of their existing AVEVA investment and recommend improvement tracks, for instance, and digital transformation opportunities.
And what did you guys mostly enjoy during the week here?
I think it's all about technical share. The fact that you can share technical points with directly the product manager and the other guys of the community. Networking as well. It's always good to see the faces, not only in the mails. And yes, seeing the ecosystem that you have built throughout the years here, it's very nice for us.
Absolutely. As we wrap up here towards the end of this short episode of PartnerTalk, so maybe 2 quick questions. Would you attend AVEVA Enable again? Would you recommend for other partners within our ecosystem?
Absolutely. In fact, we would strongly recommend Enable to anyone who wants to stay ahead with AVEVA solutions and also the vision, the roadmap. It's not just a conference, it's a place to be and true accelerator for partner success, clearly.
So maybe how you would describe in maybe 1 word or sentence AVEVA Enable for our listeners?
I would say 2 words: share and learn.
Great. No, perfect. I think that's exactly what we had in mind. So 1 was to help our partners learn more from our technology, as we said before, directly from our product managers, directly from our people, but also very, very important, get to learn from them. What are the industry trends? What are the things that are moving the market, the industry? And that's exactly what we've had going this week here in Berlin. Okay. Thank you all for listening to this episode, and thank you again, B2C, for being a partner and attending PartnerTalk.
Thank you, Paulo. Thanks.